and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then welcome to you. Today I'm going to be doing the September 2020 reads, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of an introduction of how this is going to run for September. The setting I have here for September is based on the film Pan's Labyrinth, and I wanted to go along the readings with the labyrinth effect because I feel as though we do sort of live our lives in a labyrinth, a maze basically, where we can take the wrong turn, we come to dead ends, we meet people as well along the way, and I just wanted to go on this theme for the readings for September 2020. Now, if you've never seen the film Pan's Labyrinth and you're into mystical, magical fairies and all, just anything magical really, mythical, then it is worth a watch. It was actually filmed in Spanish, but obviously it has got subtitles on for whatever country you're in. But it was just one of these films. I think it was done quite a while ago, in 2006. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure it was around 2006 when it was originally filmed. But it's not the film with David Bowie in, because I get a lot of people say, oh, I've seen that film, and I go, and when they start mentioning David Bowie, which was just The Labyrinth, I think that was called, this isn't that. Okay, this isn't that. It's based on the mythology of Pan's, this person here. Okay, and through the decades, people have looked at Pan's as being a positive sort of figure and a negative figure. Okay, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of that because obviously you can do your own study on the internet regarding that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this month. So I hope you will enjoy this portrayal of your own labyrinth in my lovely readings for September 2020. I'm now going to be reading for my lovely Virgos. So Virgo, I'm just going to move your card out the way. And because I wasn't very well at the end of August, I did keep your weekly reads, the cards for your weekly reads, just so it looks at your energy going out of August into the month of September. And the three cards that came out for you was Beauty, we had Enlightenment, that was in the challenge position, and the animal spirit card of the butterfly, which is the alchemical sign of air. And what I felt from these cards was, in the position of the challenge, Enlightenment, I wanted to say you need to open your eyes. I just look at the imagery on this card here, and although it says beauty, it's as though you are keeping things at bay. It's as though you are keeping your present, current lifestyle. I don't want to say living in a dream world, but you are just living in an environment day by day that you are sort of happy to roll with, okay? But by doing that, you are missing key important things and opportunities that are passing you by. So I felt like it was, you need to get your eye on the ball going into September. You've been in this sort of slumber, chilled, laid back kind of energy, which I'm not knocking, okay? But sometimes we can go too horizontal and there's key issues and important things that we miss, or we think maybe something comes through the door and you'll think, oh, I'll deal with that later, but that later is like a month later, and then you've got another letter coming through reminding you or chasing you up. I feel chasing up loose ends, and that's why the Enlightenment card came in the position of the challenge for you, to say you need to address, because I feel like these people are trying to communicate with you, and you're just there totally zoned out doing exactly what you want to do. And as I said, that's all good and well, but if you've got responsibilities and you've got things to sort out, then you know you have got to address these issues. And that is why the butterfly, the transformation card, is coming in for you, because butterflies are only on this planet for a certain season, okay? They come in late spring, and then they are there just for that one season. They reproduce, lay eggs, and then they're gone. Okay, so this is what I felt, that there's a small time frame, a small window here of opportunity where you need to open your eyes and act upon. So this is the energies that I was feeling that was coming in with you at the end of August. So I'm just going to take these two cards out the frame. I'm going to leave this as your grounding card here, the beauty card. And I'm going to bring in the next card now, which is the September card for your September reading. And it's got plant seeds of intention, go, grow and glow. So when I looked at this, plant seeds of intention, then going through the month of September, your energy, it's like, if we look at this, it is like a seed and then you come to life. And as I said, the first card here, it's like you've been in slumberland. You may have been waiting for a start date. You may have been waiting for you've saved up enough money to move into a new rental or to move into a new house, and you have, like I say, been in this slumber. But it's saying going into September, everything starts to come in, and you have to be prepared, because I believe you've planted the seeds of intention already. And it's saying here, this is just bursting into fruition as we go into September. Now, whatever that intentions are that you have put the seeds down, that you've tried to manifest, then just know it's going to start coming in, and you've got to be ready for it. Okay, you've got to be ready for these opportunities that are going to be coming in. Hence, open your eyes, Virgo. The next card that comes along for you is 5 of air, and air is a communication sign. And again, we've got the blindfold on here, and as we can see, it's just, the energies are just moving along, and it's just saying here, you need to listen to your inner voice as well, for on an instinct basis going through to September. But I want to say here, you've got to take this blindfold off. Okay, you've got to see what opportunities are coming in for you. You're just so blinded at the moment, Virgo, and you're in this I don't want to say negative state, it's more of a lazy state really, as in you're just letting things tick on by and you're quite happy. But as I said, there's a lot more coming in for you in September, and you've got to be ready for it. You've got to open your eyes and see what is coming in. So for me, the month of September for you is all about getting geared up. Okay, getting geared up for new opportunities coming in. Now, this could be on a romantic as well, where I feel some of you will be engaging with a new energy in a romantic level. But also, because of the situation here with the darkness behind, it could be somebody coming back in from your past, okay, that you are totally unaware of, and it'll be like a shot out the dark. I always look at that card as like a shot out the dark. So just to be mindful there, because of communication, I like to think that air is the energy where it keeps things flowing and communication comes in. So the next card that came out for you was the 6 of Hearts, which is the past. Okay, so this was cementing it for me that for some of my Virgos here, you are going to be crossing paths with either somebody from your past where the communication comes in, whether you revisit old nostalgic places where you were brought up, or you go and visit a house where your parents may have lived. I've got nostalgia and I've got past attached to you, and I want to say some of you are even drawn to the past. Now, if this isn't you having communication coming in from someone from your past, you could be the communication from somebody else's past getting in touch with them. Okay, so we've got two sides of the coin here, and you can switch it to whichever way it fits to suit you. But just know that there's an attachment here with the past, and as I said, whether this is on a nostalgic link where you could be reminiscing and revisiting, or as I said, communicating with people from your past. I also want to say that I picked up an energy around some of my Virgos who can't let sleeping dogs lie, and there's an issue that was sort of dead and buried in the past, but you can't help yourself but keep retreading and sort of keep reliving that situation. But the universe is trying to say to you, you have to move forward from there. You can't keep reliving in the past. You've got to make a new pathway for you to be walking on a future pathway. So it's just saying here, okay, as I said, I do feel it's on a romantic for some of you because of the hearts here, the 6 of Hearts. And that is why it may be a difficult path for you to put a closure on, or you can't find closure to. And it's like that situation where you leave it for a time and then you may send some communication out, and that person on the opposite side may not communicate back. Now this could be you, the communication could be coming in and you sit there reading it and thinking, no, I don't want to know, and you don't engage with it. Or it's you sending it out to this person from your past and they don't engage with you. It was a very, very complicated energy that I was picking up, and it's not going to resonate with everybody, and this could just be for one person out there, but this is what I was feeling from these cards. Now in the labyrinth read for the month of September, we have some magical mystical creatures, some you cannot see, that work behind the scenes. And the one that's working behind the scenes for you, my lovely Virgos, is the Weaver, the fairy, the Weaver, and she's fate, destiny, and it's weird, okay, they spell it W-Y-R-D. So it's all a bit weird and maybe not so wonderful, okay, if somebody from your past keeps bothering you and you want nothing to do with them. Or, as I say, it could be a bit of a weird scenario that somebody you haven't heard of from in a couple of 2 or 3 years, do you know what I mean? It could have been that long ago, that like this shot out the dark comes in of this communication. It could be just on your Facebook, your social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, okay, where it could come in from a third party as well, saying so-and-so's got in touch, am I okay to give them your information? For some of you as well, but there's these links here, okay, on either side of the fence, whichever side of the motorway it's coming in, whether it's coming from you or the opposite way. And fate and destiny is sort of trying to weave a path, the path of this past that you keep dipping into. They will make the decision for you, okay, to say whether they will sort of whisper in your ear and say, yes, communicate, no, leave. So they will block the access to that past path, because obviously they are the fate and destiny fairy. And if you are destined on a new pathway, which I feel that the majority who I'm picking up with here, you should be leaving whatever this is in the past, because there is a new future pathway that you should be forging, okay? But this connection, this pull, keeps pulling you back, and it's consuming your mind space as well. That's why I feel like you go into this like little bit of a fantasy scenario for some of you, if it is you who has got this tie with someone from your past. Now the other mystical creature that comes along your pathway in September, but actually is in a metaphorical sense, is the energy that is sort of working in front of you, that you may feel as you go through the month of September. And this is the Tating the Self. This card is, okay, Tating the Self. And she is there to make sure the path for you, the right path for you, is illuminated. She shines so brightly, it's like trying to blind your vision as well, to sort of put out these thoughts, whatever you're manifesting or keep going over or dwelling over, okay? She's like, she shines the light so brightly that she blinds you from seeing okay? She blinds you in a metaphorical sense from keep thinking about these things from your past. And it's like she's trying to say to you, do a handbrake turn here. Don't go back down that pathway. There's nothing there for you anymore. You need to be following the light and going forward. Again, that's not going to resonate for all of you, but I did feel that for some of my lovely Virgos. I also feel as well, plant seeds of intention, that some of you could be going back to study in the month of September. It may be that you need to get certain qualifications to pursue, and I want to say a dream of yours. Now, this doesn't have to be in a job format. It could be a skill that you wish to acquire to then put into practice to earn yourself some money. Okay, but you need like this certificate, or it's a hygiene certificate, or you know, to prepare food. It's something like that where I feel some of my Virgos need to acquire this certificate, so it allows you to then practice whatever this opportunity that you seek and wish to pursue. But you've got to have the paperwork. You've got to have that seal and that stamp, and you've got to take that course of study. And as I said, it's not for all of you, but for some of you. So there were synchronicities in the month of September with all these numbers on these cards. So I did a little bit of a calculation for your Virgo, and the sequence of numbers that came out for you, repeated numbers, I had the numbers of 3, 5, 7 and 9. So those numbers, okay, 3, 5, 7 and 9, are either anniversary dates, significant birthdays or passings, or dates for you coming up in the month of September where there could be oddities happening on those days. For you to be aware of any synchronicities, you may see these numbers as well going through the month of September. Whichever number you see the most of, that is your angel trying to get through to you to give you a message. And you can always look up those angel messages online as well. So just to be mindful of that, my lovelies. So I am going to shuffle one of the numerology guidance cards just to get another number for you. Let's just have a look what's going on here. So I'll just give these a quick shuffle and we'll have a dig in and see what comes out for you, my lovely Virgos. And we have, unlucky for some, 13. Pragmatic, intuitive. So unlucky for some, 13. So as you go through the month of September, it's just saying for you to take this energy on board. Be intuitive. Try and find out things as well. 13, although it is unlucky for some, I do feel 13 is a significant number for you going through the month of September. So on the 13th of September, there could be something key, okay, something key that could be really important coming in for you on that day. I feel like I want to say to you, all the Virgos out there, just to be mindful of the 13th, okay? But I don't feel it as a negative energy. I do feel it as a positive energy of news coming in that you have been waiting for, okay? So that's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just feel the 13 is significant, to be mindful of that. So I am going to read you my little bit of meditative poetry, okay, my lovely Virgos. The labyrinth of life is saying time to open your eyes and see how far you've come. Throughout the ever-changing seasons, in all weathers you forge on, down this never-ending journey with all its twists and turns. Yet there seems to be a repeated lesson you still have to learn. There's a pathway to your past that you cannot help but tread, a path that brought you heartache, sadness, even dread. Yet it's a pathway that now you need to leave behind. Be kind to yourself. The weaver of fate and destiny brings a wealth of new opportunities and is illuminating a new track. She whispers in your ear, go forward, don't look back. Remember, the labyrinth of life is just a maze we create ourselves. The hedges can grow to what we allow them to, but we are never alone. You are greeted by Titan the Sylph, who is lighting the path ahead of you, not the one behind in the past. She is guiding the light of hope and will always cast the light to help you see, even in your darkest hour. Leave the past behind. You have a future, one to pave. So it wasn't really poetry, but it was more of a lessons to be taken on this month, Virgo, for you, in those wise words that came out when I was doing the readings for September. And on a romantic here, then I do feel there is a strong connection with somebody from your past. It is going to be a shot out the dark. It's somebody that you didn't think you were going to hear from, if it is on the romantic, okay? So to be mindful of that, Virgo. Just know that the past troubles some of you, and it's like a person or a situation you have never got closure from, and it niggles away at your mind. But at the end of the day, you cannot change that. That is down to the weaver of fate and destiny. She's there hiding in the shadows at all times, and she will be the one to decide if it's time to bring that person back in, or she will seal that path off and no more communication will be had. I did say at the very start, however, that I had either side of the coin here. You could be the one trying to get the closure off somebody, or somebody is trying to get the closure off you. You may already have this communication coming in and you choose to ignore it. But I also feel that channel the beauty within as well, Virgo, for September. Start to love yourself, because you've lost your self-worth, some of you, and it's just saying here you've got so much to give in September, so much to give creativity wise, so much knowledge to share as well. So these are the energies, because I'm an energy worker. I don't tend to read tarot like other people do on YouTube, so I go with the energies from the cards that are faced here in front of me, okay? But the Titan the Sylph is just saying here, she will always illuminate the right pathway for you. Whether you take that is down to you. But be more open as well. Try and be a little bit more in tune with what is around you in the month of September. Take note on the 13th as well, because I do feel there is, whether you wake up on that day and you've had a dream and there's a message in that dream that is really important, or there's something as you are busy doing your daily job, there's a synchronicity, there is something that is going to be key on the 13th of September. So I am now going to pull a charm out for you, my lovely Virgos. We've got all different charms in here, so I'm just going to dig in deep and see what comes out for my lovely Virgos. Wow. And we have the little charm of the heart. So matters of the heart, when I said you need to start loving yourself, that is why that charm has come out. And also love attachments, because I did say I felt there was some new opportunities coming in for my Virgos in the month of September, new love opportunities coming in, but also past loves as well, which is why that heart, I feel, has come out. And do the things that you love, but be mindful at the very start of this, at the end of August, it was about enlightenment, to open your eyes, okay? To open your eyes. Remember this coming in with the energies where people are trying to get your attention and it's like you're unreachable, okay? You're unreachable. And when I look at this, it's like the birth, it's like a new birth of you going into September. I didn't really want to take it on as pregnancies or anything like that, or general like that really, but I just felt like it's a rebirth of you. You're going to reinvent yourself, Virgo, as we go into September, hence why the butterfly for the transformation. So my lovely Virgos, I hope you can take something from that reading for September, and I will look forward to reading to you next time. So take care. Bye then.